hopefully everyone's had the opportunity to check out my Niagara Falls series. If you have not, please do. If you have, I really hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to talk a little bit about our planning and what we learned in this experience. So part of our planning was asking around, and obviously easy Google searches. And so we asked around. Everyone said to go to the Canadian side. So that is what we did. We went and made reservations to go to Niagara Falls in Ontario, Canada. There was 9 of us that traveled on this, so we rented 2 vehicles. We could not find a van to put us all in. It was darn near impossible to find. So we rented 2 vehicles and we drove. We live in Maine, so it's driving distance. We drove down as far as Massachusetts the first day. We stayed the night, Western Massachusetts, and then we continued on to over towards Western New York or Northern New York. We stayed the night there. We did a day at Six Flags over in New York. We stayed another night, and then we traveled across the border. Once we got across the border, we had done our research. We had found a website, and I'll share that in the description below. On this website, you can purchase your passes at a discounted price if you purchase in advance. Highly, highly, highly recommend doing so. However, I'm not sure if I didn't read enough and I didn't see the fine print. So you get your passes, you're going to end up with your barcode on your phone. We thought that that barcode gave us access. So these passes included your bus transportation and the Falls Incline Railway. That will bring you from the city down a hill, and it takes you by what they call Table Rock. And Table Rock has your souvenir stores in it and your restaurants, and it also has Journey Behind the Falls, but it's right there next to Horseshoe Falls. Outside of Table Rock is the main bus terminal for what they call WeGo. It's one of their bus terminals. This is where you actually have to go in order to get your WeGo passes. They'll give you a card with a lanyard. This pass will get you onto your bus. And when I say bus, there's several different lines. The green line is the one that takes you to all your Niagara Falls stops. Anything to do with different adventures, I guess you can do, is all included on the green line. This card will get you on that bus and go to the different stops. This card will also take you onto the other buses in town, and you can get public transportation around Niagara Falls. So make sure you go there. Once you have your card, they also give you a pamphlet. And with that pamphlet, they give all kinds of stuff, including a map of where the different buses go, the different colored buses. Helps if I hold it correctly. But they'll give you the WeGo ride brochure. Also give you a brochure with all the different places that you can see and go on the green line that are all included. I don't believe the golf is included, but you have the butterfly conservatory. That's included with your pass. Your whirlpool aerial car, your floral showcase. There's different heritage sites that it looks like the orange line will take you to. You get different dining experiences. Obviously, your dining experience is not included, but it'll drop you off at areas where there's high concentrations of dining options. It takes you to your power station and your zip line, all kinds of different things. But anyhow, make sure you go to the train station. Purchase in advance on the website. I'll provide in the description. And then when you get there, go to Table Rock. And easy Google search will get you there. The Google knows where it is. And it's 100% spot on. Some of the things that we learned from this is you need more than a couple days. We really wish that we had skipped our stop in New York and continued into Canada and really took our time. Our pass was good for 2 days. We only used it for one. But the reason we purchased the 2 day stop is because it included things that we wanted to be able to do. If we had to do it again, we would have gone for 4 days in Canada and taken our time and really explored more. So first day over, we get there, we had lunch, and then we had reservations already set up. And make sure you make your reservations in advance. And we went down to go on the boat that takes you into Horseshoe Falls, similar to Made of the Mist. This is called the City Cruise Tours, I think it's what it's called on the Canadian side. It's the exact same boat, painted a different color. So you get the same experience if you're on the American side or the Canadian side. It doesn't matter which side. From what I've read, Made of the Mist used to operate both sides and then they've separated. So exact same experience. Explore the website, and again, in the description, explore that website on what there is to see and do along the falls. I was just mind blown at the amount of things that we could do. That was actually included with our pass. Again, not everything's included. So the zip line's not included. That's an additional fee. There's an additional fee to go out on the boat to go to Horseshoe Falls. Reservations are required for both of those. Once you go down to check in at the bus station, there's other things. So we gotten again, we bought the 2-day pass. The Whitewater Walk, the Whirlpool aerial car, and Journey Behind the Falls all require a reservation in order to get in. They will set up those reservation times when you check in at the bus station and get your pass. Again, comes with a little lanyard, comes with the card. When you get to your hotel, depending on where you stay, we stayed at the Embassy Suites by Hilton. That hotel was absolutely amazing. We ended up getting a deal on it, so that's why we stayed there. It is, I mean, it's Hilton. It's on the pricey side compared to if you want to stay at a Comfort Inn or a Hotel 6 or Motel 6. So you get what you pay for. We got there. Our rooms weren't ready. They offered us an upgrade. So our initial rooms were a city view. They upgraded to the falls view. If you can pull it off, and if that means you go home and you work some overtime shifts afterwards, highly, highly, highly recommend taking the falls view. I'll put a picture in right here. It was well worth the money and well worth a couple extra days of working overtime to pay for that. If I had to do it again, I would do it again. There was no regrets whatsoever. The other thing in the area is make sure you read reviews on restaurants before you go to them. We had a couple of our boys, they took and went for a walk to find dinner and went to a restaurant that they, it smelled good from the outside. And they went in, they got it, and it took them a while to get service. And then when they got their food, the food was not hot and it was dry. So make sure you read reviews on restaurants. One of the places that we did go to that we all really enjoyed was Tacos and Tequila. That was walking distance from our hotel. There's lots of restaurant options walking distance from any of the hotels. If you're right there along the falls, there's a lot of hotels set up there and a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops. Obviously, it's a tourist area, so that's what they're going to have. But tacos and tequila, um, that is a really good restaurant to go to. Highly recommend it. And make sure you do your research on the area and what there is to do. I cannot stress that enough. We kind of failed on that, and I will not make that mistake again. And we will plan more accordingly next time. Again, if you haven't checked out my series yet, please do. Again, if you have not checked it out, please check out my Niagara Falls series. I feel like it's a pretty good series. Not a lot of talking in it. Mostly, this is what you're going to see. I'm talking now instead of over the video, so it's not distracting from the view. The view is just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking view. So, if you get a chance to go, please do. I hope these videos helped you in your decision making, and hopefully you learn from some of our mistakes. Until next time.